Hello everyone in the chat. Welcome back to our D&D stream on a Friday night. If you guys can let us know in the chat, or anybody who happens to be watching the stream from the players, whether the audio is coming through. I've changed no settings since last time, so hopefully it will be good. Me, speak up.
No, it's me. Sorry, I was just being facetious.
Right.
It sounds good.
Awesome. And we'll do a sound off from the players. We'll go along the line. Mark.
Arwen is back and looking for action.
Owen.
Hello there.
Tom.
All right, welcome along.
Jace.
Hello there.
And James.
Hello, everybody. Let's have a good one.
Awesome. Hopefully all that audio is coming through good. In the meantime, we have a very special stream tomorrow night at 8 PM for Two Can Play at That Game stream, as it is Tom's birthday.
How exciting. It is exciting. We're going to do, we not only have me and Rach, but we have a special guest joining us who's going to be playing with us, and it's not Pixel the cat, but you'll wish it was by the end of the stream, I'm sure. So join in to see what's going on with that. It's going to be a bit of a riotous one, we think, tomorrow night, because the fun thing is getting a third person on the camera as well, so it might be a bit of a tight squeeze, but we're gonna have a lot of fun, and yeah, it's so yeah, that'd be nice. And what better things to do on your birthday than play games in front of some people? So that's quite nice.
Yeah.
So and we've got some community stuff as well going on. So we're going to be playing a game called Team 3, which is a 3-player cooperative game, which we're gonna where we play as monkeys. To try and one of them's a hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil monkeys. Basically, that's the game. And then we're going to have a go at concept as a group. Nice. So the audience are going to be able to join in with that, and we're going to have we'll have hashtag Team Tom, hashtag Team Rachel, and maybe hashtag Team Special Guest as well. So we'll see if that works. So yeah, so join along tomorrow from 8 o'clock, June 12th. When I will be lamenting my 34-year-old self.
I can't believe he's 6 years older than me.
Awesome. Can't wait for that one.
Actually 6 years older than me.
I feel so old. So old.
I felt really old the other week. I was just finishing up a different D&D group, and I realised that nowhere during this session had we figured out how old anybody was, and it turned out that I was the oldest by quite some margin. I was like, what? This is just not fair. But awesome. So without further ado then, we will crack on with tonight. We have a new mod in the chat tonight. We have Monstrous Wife. My lovely wife in the other room is taking over modding duties tonight, whilst Jimferno and She's So Nerdy are at work. So just so we've got somebody other than us on the stream to keep an eye on things. But I mean, last week we had nobody else and we managed all right. So hopefully, fingers crossed, no bots decide to invade. Although I've probably just summoned them now, haven't I?
You said it.
It's fine. We can get rid of them, no problem.
So with a little recap from last week then. The party set out on a little side adventure when they were cryptically contacted by somebody who they have figured out is a chap called Devlin Bane. He is a member of the Order of Illumination, and he is after a book or a set of books from the Corvus Library. Unfortunately, the Corvus Library is the scene of quite a disaster, having the city having been invaded by a small force of these Scorn warriors, and the Inquisition, where they have unfortunately sort of destroyed half of the university, as well as killing a fair number of students and lecturers and faculty staff, and they've been burning a lot of the books as well, getting rid of this knowledge that they don't want out in the world. So our party has snuck in, and so far they've found the curator's office, where they thought that they thought it was the best place to start looking for this hidden vault that they were told to find. The clue that they were given was the Hearth of Wisdom. That was the only clue that Devlin Bane managed to impart to them. They've since searched through the curator's office and found, above the fireplace, an inscription which they translated to say, "Within stone is eternity, beneath reflection is the heart of wisdom." And they couldn't find an entrance in there, so they've come out and started searching some other rooms, where they found this lecture hall. And inside the lecture hall they found an inquisitor and 5 Scorn warriors. Quick fight ensued, where a host of spectral rams appeared to aid the party, and the inquisitor threw a fireball at them, which was seriously fun on my part, I've got to say. I've always wanted to do it, and they presented me the perfect opportunity. We resume immediately after that fight, where the party had a little bit more of a chance to sort of take stock of the room, and they spotted underneath the lecture table there was a large wooden strongbox, the lid of which is open, revealing sheaves of paper and the glint of coin. And we will resume there.
Did you say glint of coin?
I did say glint of coin. I also distinctly remember, as I cut you off last time, you going,
Yeah.
"Owen's going!"
That was it. He's moving at speed. He doesn't learn, that's the problem. He'll move at speed to intercept the shiny coins.
So, let me just move these out of the way.
Which he will obviously share amongst the party.
Oh, of course. Of course he will.
Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand.
Let me just check that
Are you blocking the way out, are you?
No, I'm just making sure they're all okay one by one. Just giving them a
Okay.
little pat on the head. I have them for the next hour. So,
Sorry.
I'm just trying to figure out why the stream is seeing everything. I thought we had the dynamic lighting on this. Bear with me 1 second. We have got the dynamic lighting on. Can you guys see the score now, or have they disappeared?
Just spin.
I can see their
I
name,
can't see, no.
You can see the
Some of
name.
the names.
but just
Let
the
me
end
just-
of, as if you moved them to the side slightly.
Yeah. I mean, I should have just moved them out of your vision just so that they're still on the map and I can count the experience and whatnot. But let me just refresh the stream's view. And so yeah, Arwen goes to look in the chest.
There's a floor opener.
Rejoin as player. I think it was on GM view, even though it was supposed to be player view. And no, the floor doesn't open up this time. So looking through it, there we go. That's better. The strongbox contains sheaves of records that appear to belong to the university. Quickly flicking through them to get to the gold underneath, you notice there's all sorts of names and addresses of people that you probably wouldn't. You haven't taken the time to read it, so you're not sure who they are.
I'll start throwing them over my shoulder towards Solix, because he's actually quite articulate.
So
His intelligence rolls are very good.
at the bottom
Famously.
of the chest, you find 127 Signarin gold crowns.
I'll make a note. 27.
You also find, at the bottom of the strongbox, a ring of 10 keys.
Okay. I'll show him the ring of 10 keys.
But not the 127 Sindarin gold crowns.
Like I said, I've made a note of that, Tuck, and I'll make sure that everyone gets the correct allocation of coin because
Okay.
I'm good at shiny stuff.
I will do an audit at the end, Mark. This is Jason speaking, by the way.
An
I've been
audit.
dealing with auditors for the last 4 weeks. I'm very well versed in them.
Hey, I thought you didn't want to talk about work. Uh-huh, you
Touche.
see? Can't have it both ways.
Touche.
Inge's just crying in the corner a little bit.
Tuck's tinnitus boy, he doesn't do audits.
You were right over there. Oh. Yeah, you were right over there, Ingo.
I've been better.
Do you need a touch of a big trollkin?
Do you require assistance?
Okay.
What?
Oh,
Sorry. Have you been? Go on.
If you can assist me, that'd be most good. I heard.
Most
You
good.
one?
I don't want to say most good. That was weird English.
It would be most good. So sorry. I'm sure you've been able to see that Pixel has decided that I am a bed at the moment, so he's sitting on me. Ingo, I will heal you using a thing that I can do. When you're saying that you're not feeling very well, you're feeling not very well.
About halfway, not very well.
About half, I feel about half bad.
Yeah, I'm like 50% unwell.
Cool. So, can I cast Cure Wounds at level 1?
You could, but don't forget you've also got healing Lay on Hands,
Oh yeah, Lay on Hands.
which is
But I've only got.
a more reliable source of it.
Okay, so let's have a look at that then.
You should
So-
have. Is it five per level?
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, I've only got 10 points of Lay on Hands here.
It should be your paladin level times 5, so that should be 25. Let's change that
Then
for
in
you.
that-
There you go.
Thank you very much. In that case, then I will impart about. I will impart some of this to help him make feel maybe 15 to help make him feel better.
Oh, I feel 15 better.
That's good.
It is
Well-
about 95% now. Thank you. Oh,
You're well on the way to being better.
that's just. Thank you.
While that's happening, I'm going to put some curing cream on me.
Okay.
One application of it.
Obviously all of that I did in Solix's voice as well. You have to remember it's
Okay.
Sorry.
It's not a lot, but it's better. 1d8 plus. I've got a potion of healing as well. No, I'll do. That'll do. A little bit healthier.
Okay.
I looked at it, I said, I thought, oh, 19 HP, that's quite good. And then I realised actually I'm on maximum 32.
Wait, you have 32 health?
I'm maximum
we are
32, yeah.
Whiplets.
Triplets!
Are you on
So-
32 as well?
Yeah, we all have 32 HP, yeah.
As you've
Sorry,
been moving around the lecture room, you notice that there is an unfolded map on top of the lecture table, and a quick glance shows that it's a schematic of the university's floor plan, with the rooms rudely scratched out in black ink. Almost all of the rooms have been scratched off.
except for
You're a pain, you are, Tom.
it seemed that was an important.
I know!
Was it just me?
No,
That seemed like an important
I mean,
feature.
I would agree with you. The paragraph stops there. So there are a couple that haven't been scratched off in what is now the destroyed part of the university. All of the ones in the vicinity have been scratched off.
So this implies that they have already searched the wounds.
Yeah, that's what I was going with.
My gut instinct is that if you will indulge me a moment, is that if we get ourselves back in that room with the fireplace, there's got to be something we can do in there. We've got to get some more searching done in there, I think. I think we missed something. That's where the clue was. That I think's where the action is.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, we'll take the Rams with us, shall we? They can help.
Yes, they're coming with for now. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
Just out of interest, the group of names that you found, Solix, I guess you had them thrown out. Just look out, just in case, for somebody's name, that Reflection or something. Just.
Says on here, Jeff Reflection. He was a magician. He was a magician. Reflective Jeff. No, there isn't any.
Ingo, give me an intelligence test. Ingo.
Here, have some guidance.
Yeah, you can have some guidance.
What did you get?
No, you can't have guidance on that because you wouldn't have known he's thinking it. So you come to the thought that reflection, as well as whilst you've been fixated on it being a mirror, reflection is also something you do in private over information and things like that.
Like you're reflecting over your life, that type of thing.
Yes. So you guys can have another search in that room.
Can we all search the fireplace together? Is that something that with all this area, can we do it together as a team? Is that a possible thing to do as a unit?
You can. So the way it works in 5th edition is if you are proficient in the skill, then you may aid somebody else in doing it, and then that other somebody has advantage. So ideally you want to pick the person who is best at it, and then have somebody else who's proficient help them. And it's investigation that you're looking for.
I'm not very good at investigating.
No.
Nope.
I'm not
Here, have some
proficient.
guidance.
Guidance is good though. Guidance works. So who's gonna take the lead on searching? Okay? So out of character, is anybody proficient in investigation?
Nope.
I'm flat on investigation. I'm 0.
I'm a -1.
It's less about the number, Tom, and whether about you are actually proficient in it. Have you got a?
I've also got no
does it
tick.
Right, so no tick says you're not proficient. Is Arwen proficient? Surely Arwen's proficient in investigation.
Not in investigation, no. A number of other skills and activities. He's super duper. Stealth and sleight of hand, I mean, is basically Eurovision Song Contest material. But nil point.
We are all going to die.
Sure. Well, Ingo's like half proficient, surely, in Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades, whilst it adds your proficiency bonus, or half your proficiency bonus, it doesn't make you proficient.
Yeah.
So for the purposes of aiding, although I mean,
Got a hell of a lot of perception.
yeah, should we go with perception because you are looking around, you're not like
plus
figuring out
7
how
on
something
perception.
works.
Yeah. I can give you. I'm also efficient with that. I can help you with that.
Yeah, I'm proficient with
I'm
perception.
proficient in that as well.
We're all good at perception. You know, we are good lookers.
Well, at this point then,
Who's the most perceptive?
I am also not very perceptive.
so if we can have two teams. We have 2 people take the lead and then one other person help each of them. If you want to do that.
Ingo, did you say you were 7 on perception?
I'm that proficient, that good at looking. Yeah.
I'm 7 good at looking also.
So you two need to do the rolls.
Yeah, do it together.
And then, so you both get to roll with advantage, and James, you can give yourself guidance for a plus D4 as well.
Okay. Guide. I think we're okay, but I'm going to do it anyway.
You just pipped Ingo to the post, 26 over 25. Okay, yeah, in your searching of the fireplace, you find a loose brick, which when pressed, where are we? Causes the half portion of the fireplace to lower into a series of steps leading down to a slender 5-foot wide corridor travelling down at a steep but manageable angle.
I told you I had a feeling about that room.
So,
Okay.
Hey, guys, while my sheep are outside of earshot, Don't worry, they're summoned sheep. If something comes up where there's a gauntlet to run, we'll send them through first, providing it happens in the next hour. Just a heads up. Oh, okay, boys, you can come in now. There we go.
That seemed remarkably callous of Phineas, that did.
Well, you have to move with the group, don't you? I mean, I've tried. If you can't beat them, kill people.
If you can't bleed them,
If you can't bleed them.
Yeah.
if you can't bleed them, shear them.
Oh,
Arwin looks into the darkness and goes, in my professional opinion, any secret door that you have to find a secret button for is protected for a good reason. And it may be that there are other protective traps. So, what's the plan, Ingo?
You go first.
Okay. I will. Yep. I will move slowly, carefully. I will be looking at the ceiling, the walls, the floor, and I will be listening for any clicks, creaks, and I will be preparing to run away in a very scared fashion. Actually, that's a point. If something comes back out through the darkness and it looks horrible and it's screaming and it's scared, just let it go. It will be me. Okay, so just step aside. So yeah, so I'm going to slowly descend down the steps.
Okay. So whilst this takes a bend for map purposes, this is actually a straight corridor. It's just so I can fit it all on the same map.
Okay.
So a long narrow corridor leads down at a steep angle. The footing is treacherous but manageable. As you begin to make your way down, you can hear the steps behind you locking into place with the subtle grinding of stone on stone and the click of hidden mechanisms. Further down, the corridor levels off, and you enter a wide and shallow room. Facing you is a pair of strong iron doors. In the centre of the two doors is a large circular locking mechanism bearing an ornate depression carved in relief to match the shape of a key.
Take out the ring of keys that I have,
Okay.
and see if any of those keys appear to be a match for the lock.
Okay. Are you going to try them individually, or are you going to look at them first?
I'm going to look at them first.
Okay. Make a
Solex
perception
is
check
just
for
going
me.
to shout. If Solex shouts from the top of the corridor, will Arwen be able to hear him?
But you can see because it's a straight.
Oh, it's a straight corridor.
Yeah, it's not long enough to be out of your dark vision, so yeah, you can see Arwen at the bottom.
Great. Arwen, I'm coming down.
It's a door. It's a door, Solix.
I like
It
that.
needs special skills.
So have
Solix is totally carrying my coat as well, by the way.
have a perception check, please, Arwen.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, you can identify one of the keys. It looks a little bit different to the others on the ring, as well, and it does appear to match the impression in the door.
As Solix is approaching, I'll put my hand up to stop him and go, if I may, and I will put the key in and turn it, and as it clicks, and then I'll remove the key and step back.
Okay.
And then I'll just point towards the door. Door opening process 1.
Nope. As you click the key,
Oh, okay.
the doors swing open. As the doors open before you, several lanterns light automatically to illuminate the vault. The first section of the room is unadorned, with only a mosaic of the university carved upon its walls. The largest section of the room contains shelves of ancient scrolls, curios, and relics. Upon a dais at the opposite end of the room is a container.
What's a dais?
like a dice.
Like a pedestal.
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 Next question, what's a pedestal? Yeah?
Borlock.
How to swear on a family-friendly stream is pick a pick a villain's name and just
Pick the
say
villain's
it.
name.
So
If you come to fight him, he's not a warlock. I would be horrendously disappointed.
Ingo, stop there.
Oh, sorry.
No. You've gone there. And one more. That's the one. Oh man, this is where.
We total party kill.
Shall I send in the sheep? Can I see, by the way, is it dark down here?
Lanterns have automatically lit on the walls. So
Oh,
whilst
lovely.
the corridor itself was dark, the light is now spilling out from the
Oh,
from the room.
lovely.
You. Where are we? Ingo, you take a javelin shoots out of the floor, hitting you for 5 damage.
I'll run back and be like, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. And be
I
like,
was
Arwen,
leaning-
you were supposed to go first.
I was leaning against the wall going, well, it went well, didn't it?
We need to send in the sheep.
Yeah. Let's activate all the traps. Minefield. Send them across.
Okay, boys, I'm gonna go with you first, buddy. I just want you to go in there, have a look around. Everything will be fine.
Can we get turned into
Stop.
a pincushion?
Stop.
Alright, cool. This is very mean.
Does a 14 hit?
Yes. A beweep show.
8 damage?
Oh yeah, that one's dead.
As a javelin shoots out of the wall.
Does the javelin go back in, or is it out now?
No, it was launched out.
So we've got to hope that there aren't multiple javelins in each trap.
Well, we can find out if you want, boys.
So if
Send
you were
another
paying,
sheep, same spot.
oh, and if you were paying attention, Ingo walked to this spot, and the
Yeah.
sheep walked over that spot before it went to another one.
He did. I did see that, but that doesn't mean to say all the traps are the same.
Okay. Yep.
Maybe it's worth going all the way down to the dais, do a straight run down and back.
Go a straight
again.
line.
Yeah.
Wait,
Rather
so
than
I'm
estimate.
just telling this one to run in a straight line as far as he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, until his luck runs out.
Okay.
And keep track of it. I've got a bit of square paper here.
Are we okay to keep going?
Says Solix.
Yeah.
Reaches into his bucket. Oh, I've got a bit of square paper here. Hold on.
That'll do. 8 damage.
Actually, I don't have a
8
pen.
damage. He's down to 1 health.
Yeah, well, we want him on this square because that'll be the next one. Get him to stagger slowly forward.
He's got a purpose. He's going to keep going
Okay.
and going
Okay.
and going.
Okay.
Okay. He made it, boys. What would you like him to do now?
Open the container.
Step over this way and then head back.
Go to your right. And we went through this before. Okay, here we go. And he goes up again.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to tell him to come back in the most direct path. So that would be that one, that one, that one, that one, and then back.
Okay.
You
And then
made it.
straight back. Okay. Yeah, he's fine.
Well, there you go, guys.
What about the other side?
You go find out.
I mean, do we need to go to the other side if we know that the middle is clear? Okay, all right, fine. One last time, little buddy. You're going to go down, and then you're going to go the way.
Stop.
Oh,
So it was a line of traps.
5 damage.
okay.
So that one is probably trapped.
He did real good.
Can you disarm them?
Okay, working on that pattern, I'm going to...
So let me just
And-
draw freehand. Yep. So you've found one in there. You've found one in there. You've found one in there, and you've found one in there.
So I'm going
Crit. Sorry.
to say I'm going to move to that one and examine this slab here.
Okay. Make a perception check for me. Tom, you had something you were going to say?
I should like to collect up the javelins to put in with my javelins, if that's all right.
Are you coming in
they,
now to do that, or are you
No,
planning
no,
to do that
like-
when you come in?
Yeah. Are they the kind of javelins that I can pick up?
They are javelins that you can pick up. Yes, they're not like exactly the same. They're a little bit
Yeah.
shorter, more like a large arrow than a
Yeah.
full-on javelin. But yeah,
Big pokey sticks, solid-sized kebabs. That's what we're going to use them for.
yes. You can't see anything on that.
I'll check this side.
Okay. Same again. And you can't see anything there either.
Okay. I'm going to go down to the dais
Okay.
and examine the dais.
Okay. Bear with me 1 second. I just need to. I've forgotten how much you guys were told before. Did I tell you guys the name of the book you were after?
Bookie McBookface?
That was the one.
Witchfire for Dummies.
I think it did.
The Ominomenomicon.
In order to get
No.
the tome, one must find the key.
We were just told it was a dangerous book.
Right.
There and back again, a Gobber's Tale.
I don't know why, but I genuinely have Ominomenomicon written down in my notes. Was there? I can't remember. Who knows?
Probably because we were talking about the Monster Nomicon, and then you guys decided that you were going to create an Ominomenomicon with Owen as a recipe book, I believe.
It's a recipe book. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm going to add that note to it so I know what it means.
I didn't do it as a handout. Never mind. You see, stood on the top of this, what do you call it? Pedestal. You see a book that has written across the front of it the Umbral Spiral. It's sealed within a container which is chained to the dais.
Ooh, locks. Can I examine it, see if I can undo the lock, open the container, check for traps? It's got to be booby trapped, doesn't it?
You can examine it, make a perception check.
Ooh, nat 20. Just
Nicely done. So the chain on the container isn't locked, it is chained. There is no lock to open, it will have to be broken. However, following this chain back looking for a lock, you notice that it's attached to some sort of mechanism whereby you think that if it was to be disturbed, there appears to be something in the ceiling that might drop. You're not entirely sure what's there, but there's some sort of mechanism that would drop something on whoever is attempting to tamper with this book if it's not disabled.
Based on my expertise, can I figure out how to get the book out of its current predicament without limiting my life or that of the dice?
No, based upon what you found out, the only way would be to either trigger the trap or disable the trap.
Okay, can I disable the trap?
You can certainly have a go. That would be a Thieves' Tools
Use my
with
nat
your
one, yeah.
Dex. So it's Dex plus whatever your proficiency is in Thieves' Tools, which might be. Have you got expertise in them?
Oh yeah.
Wait 1 second. Wait.
What?
Here, have some guidance. Run away.
Okay, I'm definitely going to need that based on the fact that I've just rolled a horrible 12.
Okay. So you haven't managed to disable it, but you also haven't triggered it.
I'll have another go. I'll have
Okay.
another go. I'm either going to die horribly or we'll get the book.
Wait.
Please.
Wait. Wait,
Okay.
wait. Here, have some guidance.
Thank you. Right. Okay. Oh, oh yes. Hang on. Let's just bang a little bit on top of that because why the hell not? 25.
Yeah, you find some pins in the chain that you've managed to wiggle loose and disconnect the chain system so that you're 99% sure that this trap won't trigger when the box is moved, tampered with, or whatever it is. And now at this point, the box itself needs to be broken open.
Right. I'm going to go back and explain everything to the team so that they can make, or Ingo, our glorious leader, can make a decision as to how they want to go forward. So I'll relay the trap, the disarming of the trap, 99% confident that it's now disarmed, but the glass box is going to be broken open. If we're to get to the book, which we assume is the book we want, we can just smash it open, or we can take it in its glass case.
Let me tweak that description slightly. So the case is a heavy container of white oak and polished silver with a see-through top, so you can see what's in it. It's solid. It's sealed with a circular stamp of white wax embedded with oak shavings engraved with the symbol of Morrow, and that whole box is chained to the dais.
Okay, so does it need to be opened by Solix or
the chain?
Someone with an equally large.
The chain itself will need to be broken. There was no way to undo that. So to get the box off the dais, you will need to break the chain.
But the trap's been disarmed from before.
I believe I've disarmed the traps, yes, boss.
Bollocks, do you want to go punch it?
Yes. So, because of that aura of the bear situation that we had, do I get advantage on strength checks?
No, it's gone now, I would say.
How long does it last for?
I think that one's only a minute.
Oh,
Right.
is it? I thought that was the temporary hit points one.
The temporary.
Yeah, you keep the temporary hit points, but
But the actual saving throws thing's only a minute.
It's also something that's going to need to be like hit with a weapon rather than pulled
Okay.
open.
Yeah,
So-
that's fine. So Solix then is gonna drop down his Casting Battle. He's gonna get his warhammer and two-handed swing like a sledgehammer onto it. That seems like the most sensible thing to do.
Arwin advises you not to wander off a direct path because we don't know if we've got all the traps.
Okay, yeah. So I will walk in a straight line.
So are you hitting the box or are you hitting the chain?
I'm hitting the chain. I want to break the chain.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Just confirming what you were aiming for.
Yeah, aiming for the chain. Wish me luck.
I mean, you make contact with the chain, but it doesn't appear to your swing doesn't appear to do anything.
Sorry, I just remembered. It hasn't been 10 minutes since last combat, has it?
It's getting close, but not. Probably not 10.
You'll have bardic inspiration still. In that case.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. Apologies, but I'll keep it.
I believe it.
Cool. Well, can I? I mean, in theory, I guess I would just keep swinging at it because it's like a thing. So is that something that I can just kind of
You can have
swing
another
at
swing.
it a bit?
Yeah, you can have another swing. Your attack skips off and doesn't really do anything.
It's quite a strong chain.
It is quite a strong chain. You might be better off. You think to yourself, you might be better off with something that might cut it rather than pound it.
Smash it. I also happen to have a large sword.
You do have a large sword, which
That might work better.
when wielded two-handed, effectively counts as a greatsword.
Oh,
So
does
it's-
it?
Yeah, so whilst the others are versatile 1d8, 1d10, so they're 1d8 damage normally, and if you wield them two-handed, they become 1d10. The Caspian Battle Blade is versatile 2d6, So if you wield
Yeah.
it two-handed, it goes to a 2d6 rather than.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to spend your charges to increase your damage.
Increase the damage as well, yeah, which I will do for 2d8, isn't it?
Yeah. Uh, 17. So yeah, your swing comes down, and the sword bites into the chain, and then the electrical discharge from the power
Caspian
source
Battleblade.
splinters splits the ring in the chain, and it is loose.
I've done it! Right, and then Solix is going to, very slightly untrusting of this book, just going to walk back. Like, I've done that bit! Who's next?
So we could remove the box now, couldn't we?
Yeah,
how
the
heavy?
box.
Could I carry it? Or-
Checked. You can go and try and lift it.
I'm gonna go down and check for traps under the box. So I'm gonna lift it very slightly with my dagger.
Okay.
And just try and get a line of view under it to see if there's any triggers under there.
Give me a sleight of hand check. You prise it up a bit with your dagger. You can't see anything underneath. You can't see a pressure plate or anything like that. If that's what you were, that kind of thing that you were looking for.
Okay. I'm gonna look back at Ingo and say, "Do you want me to try picking it up?"
Brave enough.
Well, it is my job. I'm going to try and lift the cabinet, but very slowly. I'm listening for any clicks, whirs, whooshes, and if there is, I'm going to topple to the right-hand side to the floor.
Okay. You begin to pick up the box. Make a perception check. You don't hear any clicks or whirs or any mechanisms engage as you pick up the box. It's quite heavy. It's about £50.
Can I lift that?
Probably.
I'm only a wee lad, you know.
So you can lift more than you can carry anyway. You might become encumbered.
Okay. I'm going to walk slowly backwards, so I want to keep facing this direction so I can see if anything changes. So I'm going to go to that block, walking backwards.
Okay.
That block.
Yeah,
walking
you're
back.
fine. So as a point of note, you can carry £180 with a strength of 12. You've only got 82 or 83,
Yep.
so yes, you can. It's heavy. You feel the weight of it, but it's not encumbered you beyond its size.
Okay, I'm going to get back to the final square in the room, and then I'm going to step out of the room with the box.
Okay.
When I was in there, did I see any shinies?
I mean, you saw lots of scrolls and books and things on other shelves, but nothing that you would,
Nothing shiny.
nothing that Arwen would immediately consider valuable.
In which case, I'm not too stressed about not going back in there then. Look at Ingo.
I feel like we've got it, but like it was hidden down a staircase and then a big fancy box. This has got to be the Witchfire, guys.
But the thing is, it's not very easy to conceal while it's still in this container. I think we need to take it back up to the curator's office and we need to break it out of the container so we can put it into someone's bag so that it's not obvious what we're carrying.
That's what I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, Solix, can you carry it? Because it's quite heavy and it's putting a bit of a strain on my lower back.
Yeah. You know I can, little friend.
Alright, hand it to Solix then.
I spin it on my finger like a basketball. No, I don't.
Oi, Arwen, how'd you get there?
Well, I just assumed we were allowed to just keep moving. I don't know, but
I mean,
Clearly
there's a
not.
whole conga line that's going to have to move.
I can move through occupied squares. I'm small.
Okay, so you begin making your way up, and as you get to the corner, as you walk towards the vault doors, a man steps into the entrance. The light from the lanterns within the vault reveals him to be dressed in an armoured long coat and dracodile hide armour. His weapons remain sheathed, and the expression on his face is a mix of casual consideration and disapproving glare. Looking at you through a pair of square, wire-rimmed spectacles, he calmly addresses you. Pray tell, what are you doing looting my university?
We've got an appointment.
An appointment with who?
I feel like I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. Sorry.
Is this not a lending library?
Hold on, we definitely have an appointment.
Yeah, and from the back you hear, do you have any books on ways of bats?
We definitely have an appointment, and then ping Daladan.
So, Phineas, can you make a history check for me?
Yeah, sure.
Are you pinging charm person at him?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just a 3. Or, I guess, first roll.
Okay.
I told him we got an appointment.
Ooh! Ooh, you.
Ooh, there you go. Nat 1. Back in the net.
Okay. Regard to you as a friendly acquaintance.
That's us.
And it lasts
Wow.
for an hour. Okay.
An hour? Poor Chris. Chris was getting ready for this dude to fight us.
No, I mean,
Maybe, I don't know.
friendly acquaintance is fine, because...
He could,
No, it's
he
fine.
could carry the book out for us, actually. You know.
So, why are you here in the university?
Do you remember? We've come to collect this this book that we've got here. That you asked us to take it, so we're transferring it.
I did not ask you to take anything.
I
No.
think you're forgetting.
No,
It's
it wasn't him, Solix. It was someone who looked like him, but it wasn't him. 'Cause
Oh.
he's got different shoes on.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, we've come to take it from this university to the other university, and it's just a transfer. It's like a transference.
Which university would that be?
Gobbo's University.
Well, it's not. It's more of a polytech than a university, I suppose, isn't it? I don't know whether any of this is going to land. I feel pretty. I'm not really very confident with any of it. Like, even myself personally, I'm not very confident. So Solix isn't doing great.
That's a rather dangerous book you've got there. Pray
I know,
tell
we
your
must-
intentions for it.
Making it less dangerous.
I mean, it's not particularly dangerous where it was. It was well protected.
To be honest with you, if we can get in here and get it, it's not looking good.
I've got to be honest with you. We're not very good at this, and we've managed to get in and get it. I mean, I realise that you're here now. I was going to say undetected.
And
but
I've been watching you the whole time.
I mean, our job is to test security, you know, and we got to tell you that our report's going to really make you look bad.
it's going to be very embarrassing for you and your superiors.
Well,
We're
I
going
mean,
to write it on 2 scrolls. It's 2 scrolls worth of feedback, honestly.
during my observations, you appeared to have had some inside information into where to look.
Social networking, very
Yeah.
important.
There was a riddle though. There was a riddle on the fireplace. It was a clue, and we thought it's perhaps in where the where the riddle was. So we done a look, and here we are.
Talk at this point's got a headache from rolling his eyes too much.
I'm really sorry. Can we just shift slightly out of character a second? Just because I feel woefully. I can't remember. Like out of character, I can't remember who it was that recruited us to do this and why. And I've basically lost track entirely of the thing, and I haven't got any notes with me.
No worries.
So
I'll give you a quick recap. So you were asked by a chap called Devlin Bain
In the black armoured coat.
to recover this tome in particular, but also essentially make sure that the tomes in this library didn't fall into the hands of the Inquisition, because in the hands of the Inquisition, books like this and others down there would be incredibly dangerous.
This isn't the man himself, is it? It's not Devlin.
This is not.
Wooger.
is this someone that clearly works for the Inquisition, or the dean of the university?
He said my university.
Yeah.
You don't know who he is. None of you recognise him. However, he looks to be well kitted out. He's wearing, I'll repeat, he's wearing Dracodile hide armour, which implies that he has, at the very least, cut up a Dracodile, which is a gargantuan beast from the forests, or possibly even killed one himself. So that would imply to any of you with any nature knowledge that this guy is skilled.
Okay. So anyway, we don't want to take up any more of your time. I mean, if it's your university, I've got to tell you, it's in a bit of a mess. The walls are falling down. That section over there is really broken.
Yeah. With everything
we'll
going on in the town, we just got to,
Yeah, we're just going to shift on, get out of your way. Apologies. It's been a long day. Should have done the paperwork better. But if you're in the tavern down the road later, I'll buy you a drink.
I'm afraid I can't let you take that book without knowing where it's going.
Well, we saw to secrecy about who we were doing it for.
It
Well,
was rather secretive in the first
It was a
place.
it was a cryptic note, wasn't it? So I don't think he wants anyone to know.
It was a cryptic
Yeah,
note.
that's right.
He mentioned that he didn't want the Inquisition. He didn't want to be found by the Inquisition and whatnot. You did, however, figure out that he was a member of the Order of Illumination, which is a good organisation. So putting two and two together, if you were to mention, for example, the Order of Illumination, and this guy was against them having it, then his motives would be not aligned with yours. If he was for them having it, his motives would be along the same lines as yours, and would be somebody who you could continue with. Otherwise,
Can I carry on down, and because I'm small, can I just move through his space? Will he allow me to do that? I haven't got the book, of course.
he'll block you. He won't draw any weapons or anything, but he will use his body to block you. Where are you
Tell
going,
me, friend.
little fella?
I need to use the toilet. It's been a long day. It's getting a bit desperate.
Cross your legs until you tell me where you're taking that book.
Well, it's staying here at the moment.
Tell me, friend, what is your view on the Inquisition?
He bristles at the mention of the Inquisition.
So if I tell you that we are doing this for perhaps what might be considered the opposite of the Inquisition, might you think that's a good thing?
Anything that deprives the Inquisition of power, of knowledge, of materials such as that is certainly something that I would approve of. I just want to make sure that it's...
So if we were taking this to somebody who was in the Order of the Illumination, at their request, you would be happy with that?
I would. In fact,
Well,
I'll
that's...
escort you.
Do you know someone called Devlin?
I'm afraid I'm not I'm not clued up on the individual members of the Order of Illumination, but I know their motives, and I know their expertise. And to be frank, that book is probably better in their hands than in ours. So let me help you. Let me escort
sorry,
you.
I realise. Thank you. We're very grateful. We've not had our introductions. We're Corvus Pasty. We're very. You might have heard of us. What is your name, sir?
Professor Victor Pendrake.
Professor Pendrake.
Regardless of that horrendous history roll, James, you've heard of Professor Victor Pendrake. He's been doing much research in the wilderness, in the wilds, on creatures, on beasts. He doesn't kill without reason. So if he can leave something alive and do his research, he does. If he gets attacked, obviously he defends himself. But he's got a reputation as a somebody who respects nature, respects the wilds.
And is he? Are you the sort of dean of this university?
I am not. I'm unfortunately the curator. You've come through his offices. You may have seen his body swinging from the trees in the courtyard. He has suffered an unfortunate fate. But once we have ejected the Inquisition from Corvus, I will be spearheading the revival of the university.
Just if you need an example of that we're against Inquisition, you just got to look next door, mate. That's just a mess.
I mean, I did see, and I watched you. I watched you engage them, and I much appreciate you wiping their stain from the university grounds.
Congratulations on your promotion. Sorry for your loss.
Should we get this book out of here? The less time it's in here, the better, I guess.
Yeah, we need to take it out of the box first. Is that okay? Can we do that? Because it's too big to hide otherwise.
I'm not the best at sort of looking at that, but I would have thought there would probably be some kind of protections on that box.
It's all right. If I throw a cloth over it, I can hold it under my arm, and away we go.
Like a boombox.
Like a boombox.
Right, let's go with that.
Okay, you're just carrying the box.
I've got a cloth over it.
Yeah,
that's all right.
under a cloth. That is fine.
Yeah.
That is absolutely fine.
Am I able to get next to him yet and be like, "Oh, hello, Mr. Pendrake, big fan, huge fan. I've heard of your work. I'm very similar. I'm a pacifist myself. Don't like killing things if you don't have to. Spend too much time with these boys. You may have to. But yeah, it's all for a good cause. And I'm really happy that you're on the same side, because I was going to have to talk soon and tell you exactly what we were doing, and they don't like it when I do that. So, but no, big fan. Do you know anything about Razorbats?
I may know a thing or two.
Are they trainable?
I believe they are. It may
Wonderful.
take some time. It may take some perseverance. But
will have to introduce you to Vicky and
in my experience, almost anything is trainable.
Oh, I love it.
He's not looking at me when he says that, is he?
No, he's not.
Just checking.
Right, let's get out of here.
Okay.
Right.
So, you getting out of here is no problem. You've dealt with, unless you're going anywhere else in the university.
No.
But if you were to start to veer anywhere else, Professor Pendrake would sort of usher you out as quickly as possible. You've got what you've come for. Let's get you. Let's get it somewhere safe. How are you planning on getting back? Are you? Did you come in the twilight, didn't you? So it's sort of probably getting into full darkness now, isn't it? Which is it's fine. I mean, full darkness in Corvus, like any city, isn't really full darkness. You can still navigate around, but the dark areas, the corners, are darker and easier to hide in. So taking your time and sticking to the shadows, You make it back to the Traveller's Arms without any issue. How do I get back to there? There we are. I forgot for a minute how to navigate pages. So, back to the Traveller's Arms, and moved you guys there. I forgot to move myself there. That was helpful, wasn't it?
Devlin's there.
Oh, make sure you put them on the right layer, yeah?
Yeah, thank you.
Skills.
Okay. Yeah, so it's by the time you get back there, it's well after midnight. And as you knock on the door, I know your tokens are already inside, but as you knock on the door, you hear Devlin say, "What do you offer a lost wanderer?"
We're a flock.
Yeah. So,
I remember.
as he
I remember didn't go. I was like, bacon.
as you come inside, Devlin eyes the sheet that you're carrying. Is that it? Do you have it?
We think so.
Need to do a magnificent
Oh, yeah, so-
reveal.
So it's just gonna. I'll put it down on a table,
Yep.
and then go, voila, and then lift the sheet away.
And yeah, so he comes over and looks at it and says, didn't you remove the book from the box? Surely that would have been sensible."
We didn't know if it was protected. You know, the box had got some sort of protections on it, or whether it was in there to keep it from doing something, because we've had that problem before.
And the
So-
professor seemed to think, that keeping it in the box was a good idea.
I mean, yeah, the box is almost certainly trapped, but I would have thought skilled adventurers such as yourselves could have dealt with that.
Well, we can now. Well, we'll deal with it now if you want. That's not a problem.
Please feel free. And he steps back into the corner of the room, well away from the box.
Guidance. Do you want me to make a roll to see if I can?
Well,
I
you
don't
need to make a perception check to see if you can figure out how it's trapped.
Can I assist him?
21.
Yeah. So there is some sort of explosive glyph device that will go off if the box is
Oh.
broken or if the box is opened.
I'm going to go and stand in the corner of the room with Devlin and go, do you know what? It's going to be tricky. That's an explosive glyph on that. Any suggestions?
If there's one thing that I know is that books don't like explosions.
No. Okay.
Tok, is this something that your runes can do something with, or not?
Probably not. No. I mean, I could shoot at it, but I don't think that'll.
Do I think I can disarm? You can't disarm a glyph of warding, a glyph of explosion, really, can you? I mean, it's.
Looking at it with the perception roll, you might not be able to disarm the glyph itself, but you might be able to disarm the trigger mechanism. So whilst you can't necessarily, the potential of that glyph might still be there, but what triggers it might be able to be disarmed.
Okay, then I'm going to try. I'm going to say, I suggest everyone stands well back, because if this goes wrong, guidance. This goes wrong.
Oh, here. Have some guidance. Moves to the opposite side of the room.
That's very kind of you. Everyone, I'd move back, because if this goes wrong, it's going.
Incidentally, if you want to wait till morning, I can rest on it and get some sort of dispel magic.
Dispel. Would that work?
As soon as you mention waiting till morning, Devlin sort of gets a bit twitchy and says, "We don't have time to wait. The Inquisition could discover us at any time."
Well, nobody expects them, but okay, cool. I might pick that up anyway. Could be useful.
Okay. When everyone moved well out of the way.
I'm assuming Arwen is currently the only person next to the box at this point.
Yeah, Solix I'd move if it was me, mate.
Yeah. I'm gonna get out of the way.
Right. This is the roll of a lifetime. Cannot get this. Do not nat one this. Do not. Are we ready?
We are. What are you rolling? Thieves' tools, yeah?
Yeah. Yes, hang on. We're going to bolt some guidance on there. 21! Back of the net. Arwen's
21 is enough.
Oh.
You manage to disengage the trigger mechanisms and remove the glyph itself from the device holding the glyph from the box, and open it safely.
I'm going to pick up the book and see if I feel anything emanating from it.
As you're picking up the book, Devlin strides over and almost pulls it out of your hand. Just checks it over and then goes, thank you all, and just turns around and pulls over a chest of stuff, which where are we? Brings out a coffer containing the curios, gold and gems, which Arwen immediately catches your attention, and you let go of the book.
Can I actually dive into the gold? Is there enough there to sort of...
you can't,
Screw's
no.
very dark.
like a mini pool.
So you've got, within the box, if somebody wants to note it down, a grand total of 2,400 gold pieces worth of gems, coins, and religious curios. So that's not all in spendable coin, but that's in things that you could potentially trade in or sell at a later date.
And the 127 gold we got earlier.
Yeah. As Devlin picks up the book, Professor Pendrake takes a step forward, and Devlin Bain recognises him immediately for who he is, and the professor sort of starts talking to him about what his intentions were for the book, and you can see Devlin is a little bit shifty in his answers. He's not answering straight all the time, and as this minute or two conversation continues, you see Devlin's sort of squirming a little bit under this probing of questions that it's not like an interrogation, but Pendrake appears to be asking sort of particular questions, and Devlin is being evasive. But as Pendrake and Devlin continue, Pendrake's pointed questions seem to have rattled the illuminated mage, and he grows more and more agitated and nervous. Suddenly a bright flash of flame lights the room, and a front door bursts into 100 shards. Pistol barrels blaze from the street, but the shots fly wildly, whizzing past your heads. The sound of gunfire is replaced by the shouts of men. You can see Pendrake staring aghast at the twitching body of Devlin Bain upon the floor. As the mage shudders in convulsions amid the shattered glass and the broken displays, his shadow begins to twist and move as his blood mixes with it. The air grows murky, and a terrible groan fills the shop, as if something vast and terrible has awoken deep beneath your feet. As Devlin struggles to rise, he looks at you with a singular fear filling his eyes, and terror tugging at the very edges of his calm. He gasps breath into his lungs and yells to your group with desperation. "Escape! For the love of Morrow, run as fast as you can!" And he points to the back door over this way.
Can I, as I sprint past him, can I grab the book?
He's still holding the book.
I'm gonna try and pull the book out of his hands. Because if he's dying, we can't leave the book there.
Make a contested athletics check.
God. Solix.
He holds onto it tightly, but you can see he's wounded, but he's not dying. He's starting to rise to his feet. But as he does so, you can see his shadow appears to have detached itself from him and is writhing on the floor on its own. And he begins to stumble and step out the back.
After everything I've just seen, Ingo's just going. It's like,
Yeah,
nope.
we're just running out.
So, running out, you find in the back corner over here is another door that Devlin is heading towards, which leads down a stairwell. Because you're on the bridge at this point, so it heads down inside the bridge, and where is it?
What happened to the Professor Victor?
He's following. I just haven't moved him yet.
No, sorry.
What was the command for my wild shape again?
Exclamation mark WS.
Oh,
Size of an elephant.
it's
And
no
as
longer
you,
working for me. Oh wait, I know why. It's because I need to have it not in a window.
have you got your token selected as well? That might be.
But of course.
As you head down the stairwell at the back, let me just remove the doorway so you can see it. You come to a pier down on one of the feet of the bridge with a single rowboat on it.
Can we all fit in the rowboat?
Yes, it's big enough for all of you, and them.
I guess we're getting in the boat, guys. We're used to it at this point.
Okay.
And so, but as you're fleeing down the stairs, you hear these screams of men. They're both fear and pain all mixed into one. And you can tell the men outside, or whoever was outside firing you, is being killed in a horrendous way. You just get this chill down you as you hear these screams.
So the people that fired at us are now being killed by something else, which is even worse.
As far as you know,
Works for me.
I'm a wolf.
you're a wolf. Okay.
When they said run for it, I turned into a wolf.
It just took you that long to actually get the wild shape
It
going.
did. Yeah.
No
It still
worries.
didn't work. I still have to do it manually. We'll deal with that at some other point.
Once you're down on the boat on the river, Devlin looks forlorn and realizes that he can't really keep what he's about to say from you anymore, and he sort of fesses up and tells you that for 2 years now, that thing, that infernal, has been attached to my soul, and I regret misleading you slightly in my intentions, but I needed that book in order to permanently detach and banish that thing from my person. Will you help me with that? I need to conduct a ritual and to banish it, and I could really use some protection while that happens. I'll be vulnerable while I'm doing the ritual, and just in case, I mean, the Inquisition have already found us. We need to hopefully I need to get this gone. This infernal abjura, it calls itself. It's attached to my soul, and it's longing to break free. And during this conversation, as he's saying it, you see his shadow sort of weirdly coming along the river and then attaching itself back to him, and there's this, you see his demeanour change slightly, like he's just had a chill.
You'll have to ask the boss. He's got the list of services and costs. Don't know if he's got it on that list, but
Yeah,
No,
no, good luck, mate.
I've got transport sorted already. I could really use some protection. We're headed to Fort Riker. It's
Oh, we've been there.
I heard you may have. You probably know the place better than I do. But it's
I mean,
it's out the way. If anything goes wrong with the ritual, it's out the way of civilization. And yeah, it's the perfect place for it. I've got transport waiting outside the city. At which point, Professor Pendrake pipes up and says, "I wish you all the best, and I'm begrudgingly allow you to keep the book for your ritual, but you must let me stay in the city. Let me off at the earliest convenience, and I'll see if there's anything I can do from in the city. But I wish you all the best, Devlin, in your task ahead."
yeah, I mean, we've got this far, right, guys?
Yep.
So I mean, as far as reparations go, don't forget that at the very beginning, Father Dumas did say, "I can't give you anything now, but hopefully in the future I'll be able to repay you for services rendered." So there was sort of a promise of payment for things that might happen.
Okay, so we just issue IOUs for now.
Yeah, that kind of thing. An itemised list of jobs done.
You want that on account, or should we just invoice you?
So you drop Professor Pendrake off at the a wharf nearby or a pier nearby, and you take the boat just outside the city, where Devlin has a couple of carriages waiting to take you, horses all tied up and ready to take you up to Fort Riker. So let's head up there now. You may notice that when we get there, this map is a slightly different size than before. I found that each of these maps actually has listed at the bottom how many squares a foot is, and this one's actually 20 feet per square rather than the 10 that I thought. So it's decidedly bigger than I thought it was.
I see. Well, where are we? Oh, I see.
So I can move 1 1/4 squares. That'll be interesting.
No, the big squares. The little squares on your tokens take up, they're still 5 feet. But the big squares that were present on the map, they were the 25 feet ones. It does mean I can fit more skeletons in for doing the whole bit before.
Oh my god, Glint's back.
Huh?
Yeah.
Glint's back.
Oh, shush. No, he's not. You guys are here, right? Stop wandering off.
Wait, no, we weren't. Hold on.
It's just stuff that's already left on the map from last time we used it.
Yeah.
I see.
The tokens are still there. That's all. So.
Do I need to move? Do I need to move our tokens?
I was just going to drop new ones on.
Okay.
Let's just do that. Solix, Tok, Alwyn, Phineas. So Phineas, you are no longer a wolf. It has been a considerable amount of time. Actually, how long can you wild shape for? Is it
2 hours?
2 hours. Yeah, it's been longer than 2 hours. I'm trying to figure out how long it has been.
Were we able to have like a short rest in any of that?
You definitely have had a short. You can definitely have had a short rest. Yes.
Cool.
Just rolling hit dice.
Get out extra 1d6 if you're getting
Oh,
hit points back.
okay, that's helped.
Because I can Song of Rest.
Nearly full hit points.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Ooh, thank you for following, Nasty Joe. So yeah, I'll just let you guys do your hit dice and whatnot, and short rest shenanigans.
So with my lay on hands with short rest, do I get that doesn't come back, does it, on short rest?
Don't think so. I think lay on hands is long.
Long rest.
I get my bardic inspiration back in short rests now.
You do now, yeah.
It's nice.
Get my wild shape and my totems.
Yeah, replenishes when you take a long rest.
Thank you.
Okay, where are we? I'll tell you what, we're gonna have a short session again tonight because the heat has been absolutely sapping my energy. So while I figure out what's happening next and now, we'll take a 10-minute break and drinks and toilets and whatnot, and we'll join you back here in 10 minutes, everyone. Thank you for being with us so far. We'll see you shortly.
Yep.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for bearing with us while we had a short break. We will dive right back into it. So the players have travelled for a day, a full day's worth of travel up to Fort Riker with Devlin Bane, and they found the fort completely abandoned after the events of their previous trip up here. Obviously, Alexi has not been back, and all of the undead that had been raised had evacuated here for Corvus, so there was nothing about. The weather has grown threatening, and vast, dark-hued clouds loom oppressively over Fort Riker. And Devlin Bane leads you up to the main courtyard, where you saw the host of undead assembled before, and he begins readying 6 pyres, while and then creating a 10-foot by 10-foot circle of silver dust and holy water, which he says will contain the essence of Abjura once he's finished the rite. The 6 burning pyres will counteract the Infernal's ability to hide in the shadows. They produce a 60-foot radius of bright light around the centre. And Devlin sort of clues you on in a little bit into the ritual itself and what's going to happen. He says he needs to stand in the middle of the circle and read a specific set of incantations from the book to begin the rite and strip Abjura from his shadow.
Arwin offers to hold any bags of excess materials that he may have, having made his circle.
You want the silver powder, do you?
Yeah.
No, he's used it all up.
I'm looking for a dustpan and brush while this is all going on.
Now, whilst I'm doing the ritual, I can't be disturbed if I'm wounded. If the circle is broken, then the incantation won't work properly, and Abjura will be unleashed freely into the world. So that is your task. With that, he starts reading from the book. As Devlin steps into the circle and begins reading aloud the words of the rite, you feel the air grow chill. He reads aloud in a language that tears at your ears and makes the inside of your skull feel as if it were crawling with worms. Suddenly, a scorn battle cry fills the air as armoured warriors rush into the courtyard. Their presence threatens to interrupt the rite and summon forth the Infernal with a stray arrow or sword swing. So, can you guys roll initiative?
Yes.
Why not? I'm getting the ones out of the way now.
I can't select Solix, hang on. Oh, now I've got it. Sorry, it was lagging. I was lagging for some reason. There we are.
Why is my combat tracker not working? Everything's running really slow for me.
Yeah, I think it's just suddenly gone on a weird go slow. It's that third Italy goal. It's done it.
I'm going to have a quick refresh on mine because the combat tracker is not loading up properly.
Okie dokie. Someone has just commented on the. Someone just commented on the chat saying they can hear us in the cafe.
Okay.
Have they got the audio for others in the cafe on or something?
There's probably Gin and Rage behind the till watching it, hopefully. Come on. Combat tracker, why aren't you working? That's rubbish. Give me 1 minute.
While he said when he said before that he couldn't get like disturbed, were we allowed to like? Are we okay to get set up in like a kind of battle
Yes.
formation?
Yeah, you can get set up however you want around the
Cool.
around the
Well,
thing.
it's just
Ingo will go here. Arwen's already found the spot at the top. If we want to kind of like get
I'm covering the top.
I'll come back here. And I can shoot.
me and you can shoot. And Solix has got the bottom, yeah.
I got it.
I feel like a raid may happen, but
Yeah, aren't they bursting through the door? Which door? Where are they coming from? North, south, east, west, southwest, south by southwest.
Bear with me. Got- That's why it's really slow. I've got loads of skeletons on the other layers, haven't I? GM layer. I've got loads of tokens on a different layer from when it was previously. Let's get rid of them and see if it speeds things up for me. That feels better. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, now my entire computer appears to have crashed.
Yeah, you've frozen, Chris.
Can you hear me?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
can hear you, but we can't see you moving.
Yeah, I can't even alt tab or click a mouse or see my mouse on the screen at the minute.
Hang on, let me see if I.
Is the stream still working?
No. we're all
Yeah,
right.
you just frozen on it.
We've got sound, but nothing.
Oh no, it looks like the stream's frozen as well. Yeah, the stream's frozen. I don't know if everyone can hear us still though.
I don't know what I can do on my computer.
Yeah,
at the
people
minute.
People can hear us, but we're gonna need to probably drop it.
Yeah, I mean, at the minute, the only thing I appear to be able to do is click the reset button on my computer because
Yeah, do a hard.
no
hard-
inputs are
hard
working.
crash.
So if you guys can hear us on the stream, then I'm going to restart my computer and hopefully we'll be back online very shortly for a nice bit of a fight. See you in a minute.